Good morning, Alexa. Um, it actually really is good morning because it's 9 in the morning and I've been up for 2 hours now and I went to bed I think at 2:50 last night. Um, a lot has happened. First, I want to say I'm really sorry for not making a video. I can't keep track of the days, and so I was convinced that we were starting this week, but when you talked about it, I realized that we actually started, we were supposed to start last week, but for some reason I just thought last week was more the week before that, and it was all one big week. So I don't know, I'm sorry about that. That was my fault. And hopefully I'll be on my game from now on. I thought about making a video last night, but I didn't. I will explain why in a little bit. Okay, so my residents are awesome. They're so cool. And I mean, I don't know, maybe they do things or whatever, but that's not my job to know. It's just my job to deal with it if it becomes an issue, which it hasn't so far. But they're all really sweet and funny and smart. Um, and they're dealing with orientation as best they can because it's crazy and busy and they have so much to do. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah, college me is pretty much regular me, so I don't know what you were saying there. That was weird. Um, I started saying yo, as a greeting, and I think it's all Tyler Chapman's fault. He's the RA on second floor. You can't see me pointing up. Well, now you can. Anyway, he says yo a lot. He's hilarious. He says random things, but I started saying yo, and now it's I can't stop. It's really annoying, but it's funny. Um, Anyway, okay. Roommates definitely share rooms. That is the definition of roommate. It's roommate. If you're living in a house, it's like housemate, and then you don't have to share a room. Or if you're living in an apartment, it's flatmate, because apartment mate sounds weird. But roommates share rooms. That is almost always the case. People say roommates when they don't share a room because it's easier and shorter to say. But that's where it came from, so ha. Also, um, I bleached my hair. It was green, but I re-bleached it before my freshman got here. And I haven't dyed it green again. It looks really cool, just blonde though. I really like it. Also, my texture is fine. It's just as soft as the rest of my hair. And that's not me exaggerating. There's literally no difference. I've had other people verify this. I like the story of you dancing on the street. I thought that was funny. So training was crazy. We had so much to do and so much policy to know and so many things to do, and it was a lot, but it was still fun and I got through it. And now I know all the policies and I'm trained to do stuff if I need to. For example, today we have to watch a video and write a report on that video as if we were the RA in the video and writing a report on what happened in the video. It's really silly. I haven't done it yet. I started to. I just need to ask someone a couple questions about what they did, format wise. But it's good. So the Iliad. I bet you've gotten further by now. I hope you're liking it. You should tell me how that's going. And you said you were excited and nervous. And this is going to be a longer video, by the way. But you said you were excited and nervous, and that's basically all college freshmen going into it, so don't worry about it. You're going to be great, and everything's going to be awesome. So, I celebrated my birthday on my birthday, and I had cupcakes and had people come over to my room and eat cupcakes. And Greg showed up for all of, he might have been here for 45 minutes, maybe. but like one of his friends, I guess, just had a really bad breakup, so I had to go comfort him. Anyway, so Greg was going around, he was going to give a drunk tour of campus to Reed and Reed's new roommate and Reed's best friend. And they invited me, and I was like, I have an orientation event. I'm not going. I don't really want to go in the first place. So they were like, oh yeah, that's fine. If we see you, we'll just shout your name. And I was like, well, you're not gonna see me, so ha. And then that night, um, John Ponder, the one you met recently, he got back, and so Megan and John and I were all hanging out, and we came over to my room, and then I was like really, really, really tired because training is exhausting and orientation is exhausting, and I like we were hanging out, and then Megan had to go move her car, so then it was just John and I. I'm debating if I should tell this in order. Okay, I'm just gonna tell this in order. A lot happened, not last night, the night before. A decent amount happened last night too, but a lot happened the night before. So basically, I'm like really tired and curled up on my bed in a fluffy blanket. By the way, this is the same fluffy blanket that I later went and wandered around campus in because we had an RA movie night in an academic building and I brought my blanket. And then we just wandered around campus and I was wearing my blanket. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, so I was curled up in this blanket and like John was sitting on the bed next to me. And so basically, I forget what he said, but he was like, he just started going off on like one of his typical stories or whatever. So that's what I figured it was. But then he said, so basically, there's this word. I don't even remember what the word is. I just don't remember it. It was a really long word and really like confusing. But it said that there's this word, and basically what it means is when like two people both want the same thing but they aren't talking about it or something like that. I'm really tired. I don't quite remember. And then he was like, "Yeah, I don't really know why I brought that up or like why I thought of that." And then I was like, "Do you really not know why you thought of that?" And he said, "I know exactly why I thought of that." And then he asked me out. And I didn't say yes. I haven't said yes yet because I still like things are still weird with Greg and I want to talk to him first before I say yes to John, even though I really, really, really want to say yes to John. Um, but that wouldn't be fair to Greg. But anyway, so we're sitting there and like talking, and he's was just really great. Anyway, so then I heard a knock on the door, and like I untangled myself from my blanket and got up to answer the door, and it was my friend Abby and Sarah. Um, and I like we all like shrieked, and we were so happy to see each other. So then they came in and we were talking, and then like I hear some kind of loud people down the hall, but I figured it wasn't anything. Like all my freshmen were still awake, so I was like, oh, maybe someone just had friends over or something. And then guess who walks like right up to the door of my room, but Greg and Reed, and then like the two other guys. And Greg is really drunk, like really drunk. And they're being kind of loud. And so one of my orientation aides, like they're the people who stay with my hall during orientation, not stay with, but like help my hall during orientation. One of them came over and she was like, "Hey guys, like, is there a problem?" And then I came out of my room and was like, "No, it's okay. I know them." And she was like, "Oh, you know them. Okay, that's fine." But it was really embarrassing. And so they were being loud and like rowdy. And I don't know if my freshmen could tell that they were drunk, but they were so, at least Greg was really drunk. But he didn't, like, it's not like they were doing anything wrong. They didn't bring alcohol into the freshman dorm. They just had water with them. And they're all over 21, so it's not like I could stop them or anything. But it was just embarrassing. It was like stressful, and I was already exhausted and stressed. And they made me so much more stressed because, like, I'm working really hard to make sure my freshmen respect me and like me, or just at least respect me. And they like could have potentially just thrown all of that out of the window. They didn't. I think it was okay, but like I don't know. It was just really bad. And then I finally got them to leave. Like they left pretty quickly, which I was really happy about. But then I was so exhausted, but then dealing with that gave me like this weird adrenaline rush. And so I was like shaking and it was pretty bad. And then Abby and Sarah stayed for a little bit longer, and then John stayed with me for like an hour and a half. And by the time he left, like I was totally good. I just didn't even care. I still don't really care. Like I'm not mad at Reed because he apologized the day after, and he wasn't drunk, so it's not like he wasn't doing anything. But I'm still kind of mad at Greg, and like the thing is, I'd kind of sort of already made my choice, but when he did that, it was like I definitely like. I mean, if you like two boys and one really stresses you out and then the other one calms you down for an hour and a half, I think the choice is pretty clear. And so that was 2 nights ago, and it was really nice. And like basically, John and I have spent so much time together since then. We've just been like, anytime both of us have free time, he comes over here and we just like sit and cuddle and talk, and it's really nice. And anyways, but I haven't talked to Greg yet, is the thing, because I don't want to text that and I don't want to call that. Like, that's not something you do over the phone. And I mean, I'm not saying like it's a big deal and that's why like I'm not doing it over the phone. It's just like common courtesy. But he just started classes and he's really busy and has a project due, so he can't talk till like after Wednesday. And then that's when my classes start, so I'm going to be really busy. And I just want to like have it over with, have that talk over with, so I can just say yes to John. Um, so that's been my life. It's been kind of crazy, actually. And as soon as I figure all of this out, I'm gonna be so happy. But I haven't yet. And it's really annoying, and I just need to talk to Greg, but I can't. But anyway, I'm sorry that this video is really long. I would have tried to talk faster, but I'm really tired and I can't think through words. Also, it's really easy to distract John. Like, he'll be saying something and then I just like start, I don't know, running my fingers through his hair or something, and he'll completely lose track of whatever he's saying. And it's hilarious. And I'm probably having way too much fun. And it's not very nice, I guess, but it's really funny, so it's whatever. um, but anyway, that's my life. You should tell me how things with James are going. Um, and I'm again sorry this video is late, and sorry I was like so tired when making it, and then it ended up being almost 15 minutes, and I'm just gonna stop it now. There was probably more to say, but I don't care. So I love you. I think, I don't know if you've left yet. I can't remember what day you're leaving. Ah, my brain is like so off. Anyway, if you have left, then I hope you're enjoying your trip and your time there. And if you haven't, good luck. And I will talk to you hopefully at some point soon. But good luck with everything, and I hope it all goes great.